Dundee Street. Would you believe that?
Take your order.
Aye, can I get a large tea, please? Can I get 3 milks, please? Cheers. Here now. Voith, wow, what? Oh my. I can't believe it. This honestly is truly a constant. Voith transmissions. Oh, from there you could see Jeremy Clarkson's house. In my 1400 mile England Excursion series, I set off from my home Scottish city of Dundee to England's Barrow and Furness, then to the famous YouTuber Mark of Perton Electronics in Wolverhampton. Then I visit London's Kensington, Tottenham, Westminster, Croydon and Brixton, including the famous Electric Avenue areas of London. After London, I then travel to Jeremy Clarkson's Diddley Squat Farm and the local areas. After that, I return back to Barrow and Furness to visit more of Barrow. I hope you enjoy my series and thank you for selecting it. Mark is a famous YouTuber and runs his own business named Perton Electronics based in Wolverhampton. He fixes old vintage electronic devices such as radios, record players, amplifiers, audio mixers and stuff alike. I was very privileged to have met Mark and tour around his famous workshop seen on many of his YouTube videos. Mark's YouTube channel has many thousands of subscribers. In the description to this video, I will add links to Perton Electronics website and Mark's YouTube channel. So I'm at a place called Perton. It's an English town. It's not far from Wolverhampton, and I'm here today to visit Perton Electronics. Now, he's got his own YouTube channel. It's called Mark, and he restores and repairs old electronic stereos, radios, amplifiers, mixers. I've seen a few of his videos. And I've put my amplifier in, the Goodman's Module 90 amplifier into Perton's for restoration. So I've actually asked Mark if I could come down and visit him, and actually en route down to London anyway, so I thought I would steer by here to even do a wee video on it as well, and he's okay with that, so it'd be good to plug his channel on my channel. So I'm going to make my way. I'm going to try and find out exactly where it is. I haven't been to Perton before, so it's new to me. Okay. So now, and at Perton's Electronics, this is the man himself, Mark.
Hi.
And his workshop is just there. He does a lot of repairs, he's got stuff stored at various places, got lots of orders and that, so he's been really busy, and it was very good of him to let me come and visit him and visit his store, so
you're very welcome.
So I'll get the camera in there and I'll show you what it's like in his workshop. Just making my way into the workshop. On the video it looks a lot bigger, but it's actually a lot smaller, but it is really crammed with lots of expensive electronics. Now you've got to watch, being the shed, you've got to duck down a little bit, but that's just because I'm maybe a little bit taller.
Yeah, it turns out I'm quite short, so this is fine for me, but not for you.
It's great, but it's surrounded with lots of various tools and all the electronic stuff, the components. It's from top to bottom and all round, quite literally. So Mark himself, I'm sure he'll be able to give you a much better, clearer understanding of what some of the stuff is. There's that much better, much more basic understanding of what the stuff is that's surrounding me now. And the videos that you watch are all done in here in this workshop. So I'll just hand over to Mark. Then this is one of Mark's current projects that's being filmed at the moment. So I'm getting a bit of a sneak preview before this one goes on YouTube, on Mend at Mark's channel.
Yes, it's a Bang & Olufsen BO Cord 5000 from about 1975. I'm just struggling with, it keeps finding more and more problems for me. So this video is, I'm actually running late. My videos should have been out last week. I've been waiting for the postman to bring me some parts for it, and they've arrived now, so I will be later on doing a bit more filming. Hopefully get it out this week.
Great, I'll be looking forward to that.
Tough challenge.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So this is just a closer look at it, and this is what Mark does his filming with. He uses this expensive piece of equipment and a good microphone as well. It's a really handy stand setup, so he's able to do the repairs and film at the same time. So Mark's going to give you a wee tour of his workshop. Right, so whenever you're...
Right, okay. Right, so the layout of this workshop, I've got this side which is for the electronics. It's almost like a self-contained electronics workshop in its own right. And then from that bay we come to here. I've got a bit of open floor space for putting larger things in, maybe like a rocking horse, which is still here from 6 months ago. I will finish that this year. And also sometimes when I'm doing the day job, I'll sit here and do that when I want to have the better view, or do a bit of repairs when I was looking. Then we come to here. I've got the central desk here, which is great for collecting things on, a lot of junk, but sometimes I clear it and actually do some work on here. It's very useful to walk all the way around it, which is something I hadn't really done before, which is a great thing for me. As you move further on, it becomes more industrial. We're getting onto some metalwork tools. I've got all sorts of power tools and junk and welders lying under there. Then we go to the back of the workshop. We've got the lathe, metalworking lathe, milling machine, guillotines, grinders, polishers, the whole lot. Bit of woodwork stuff over there, bit of chemistry stuff for playing around, and lots of part storage. With electronics, you need lots of parts, and after being doing this workshop for about 10 years, I've got a lot of parts built up, and they all live in little drawers, and I honestly don't know what's here. I have to go looking it up, and they're just parts everywhere. A lifetime supply.
Oh, that's a big selection of stuff. Just when you mentioned the metal machine, the lathe, that takes me back to when I was at Tayside Training Services way back in 1992. Oh gosh, and then technical at school. But no, that's a lot of stuff, a big collection you've got over the years. A lot
yes.
of
I really am at capacity. I don't think I can get any more in here, but watch me. I will.
I've got to keep ducking every time. I keep worrying because of bum head, so I'm kind of kneeling down. But yeah, it gets really warm in here as well because of all the equipment. There's a lot of over here that generates heat. There is an air conditioning thing that is on that back wall there, and that keeps the climate at the right temperature. It just keeps everything right, doesn't it?
Mainly me, keeps me in the right temperature.
Yeah, but it does get warm in here. But this was one of Mark's, it was unsuccessful and successful.
Yes.
Got a lot of views, didn't it?
Yes, something I couldn't repair for once. It was a bit of a disaster video, I thought. But it has seen my subscribers jump by 50% in 2 weeks, so I'm quite happy with it.
This is it here. And it was an old amplifier, I think, wasn't it? An amplifier.
It's a Denon DRA 275.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was it. Yeah. So let's just have a wee closer look at the machine shop side of Mend at Mark's workshop. Got a pillar drill just in the corner there. Then you've got this the mechanical lathe. And then you've got like a polishing wheel. There's lots and lots of tools, all from top to bottom, quite literally. And it's all been meticulously placed, so Mark knows where everything is. There's a lot of chemicals and cleaning agents and all sorts of stuff here. And then constantly having to keep constantly keep ducking because of the, but yeah. Exactly, we're all filming at their own rates. Mark was just explaining that he does his editing, he spends a lot of time doing editing.
Yes.
Whereas I just simply put them up bizarre. I don't have the time at the moment, but it's early stages, early game at Instagram and sort of that, but Mark does spend a lot of time. You do it on a laptop and everything, and desktop computer. Could spend up to, what was it, 13 hours and 10 hours or something?
Yeah, maybe about 10 hours editing for a half-hour video.
That's a lot of time, It comes out really well though. The videos really come out well. I've enjoyed watching every one of them. I hope you as well. So I'll just continue on with the tour around the workshop. So this is just looking around some of the, it's one of the projects that he's doing. Pillar drill, another one. You've got welder's mask, and you've got the components, whole host of components. And so this is the seats that you will be sitting in. He does his introduction, he comes through that door and you get the music and everything, and it's all filmed in this kind of area. Well, most of it is, a lot of it is. And this is the extraction pipe for getting rid of soldering bolt fumes and soldering bolts. So yeah, it's been quite a lot to see. So literally from floor to roof, it is jam-packed with components. So that's over years. I've been doing it for what is 10 years?
10 years.
10 years been
Yeah.
Perton Electronics. Started as Perton Electronics, and then he's done YouTube videos after a year. So
yeah, for 1 year, yes.
so it's 10 years of being actually a business as Perton's, then a year of YouTubing, and thinking of doing this just full time then, eh?
Yes.
YouTube.
It is the plan.
Yeah, yeah. So my amplifier's here as well, so it's contributing towards your goal of getting this as your business. I've got the Goodman's Module 90 tuner amp, and I sent that down by post, but that was before I realised that it was coming down this way anyway, otherwise I could have just delivered it here. Yes. So I sent it down by post, but never mind, it's safely in there. So it's rather interesting. I've always been into electronics and that. I started watching Men at Mark's channel. My dad was looking around for somewhere for the amplifier to get sent to, and we were searching around. My dad found this one, so I started watching a lot of his videos and really impressed with it. And I thought, well, I've got to get myself here. Now I could boast that I've been here, because he's doing well. He's got, how many subscribers now have you got?
It's nearly 15,000.
15,000 subscribers.
Nearly.
So that's a lot. He's getting well known, and he's done they've done a documentary on Channel 4, was it? Or something?
I did. It's not my first time on camera. I was randomly approached in 2020 in the pandemic about going on a TV show, which I took the opportunity, and that was Channel 4's Mend It for Money.
It's mend it for money.
Mend It for Money. So I call myself Mend It Mark, because you never know, it might come back on.
So there you go. Really famous now. So it was Mark explaining how he's doing quite well at this. It's a good lucrative way of living, because I mean, if you've got a electronic hi-fi or vintage radio or something, and you don't want to risk trying opening it yourself, I mean, as you can see, all the stuff's here, and Mark, he's actually you've actually bulk components as well. He's
yeah, occasionally.
There was a video I watched, and there was an aluminium knob that broke, and he actually was able to build it from scratch. And I found that amazing. He's on the
that's quicker than trying to buy one. You can machine one quicker than the postman can bring you one.
It's just amazing, that. So yeah. So I'm just looking at the time that's getting on now. I've got a long drive down to London. It's a good couple of 100 miles, so I'm going to have to start rounding off this video. But I think pretty much covered everything. I've showed you, so I'll get a few pictures. Just looking at the roof, like I said, I wasn't exaggerating when this place is actually jam-packed top to bottom with components that's collected over the year. That flickering, by the way, on the screen, that's just the frequency between the camera and the strip light that's causing this sort of strobe effect. If in case you're wondering what it is, it's not the actual light itself, it's just the strobe effect that you get from it. I'm sure Mark would probably understand all of it, and you'd give a much better understanding. It's been a long time since I was at university. Physics was my favourite subject at the school. I must have stuck at it. But my dad, he's into this kind of thing as well. It's just his environment. As soon as I walked in here, and say, of course, reminded me of the workshop my dad used to work in as well. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get some pictures and then I'm going to round off the video after that. Something I've got to do, because I've watched a lot of Mark's videos, I've heard this power drill being used a lot. I've asked Mark, and it's okay, I could just hear and actually say that I've used this. So as Mark uses it all the time, now I've got to just say it. I've done it now. So that's a handle this. I've touched the stuff that's going to be so famous, this channel. So it's just it's been used a lot for removing the screws. So like I said earlier, that's his current restoration work. He's repairing this up, and this video will be going up as soon as possible, basically. And this is the equipment that Mark uses for his, that I showed earlier. This is telescope, which also records what Mark sees and puts it up onto the big screen there, and then that then gets put onto the video for YouTube. So it's quite amazing, quite impressive. Now that line, these lines are flickering because that's part of the oscilloscope. So that's actually flickering. And this is where it kind of all happens, basically. This is something that Mark done as well, and he's it's a sort of sub project, I suppose. Wooden horse thing, as Mark will explain.
Yeah, the missus picked this up at quite a good price. The idea that I would restore it, because restoring things, he thought, I've got loads of time, I can do that. So ended up sort of stripping it down and working on it, and one of the things we had was that its face was a bit ugly, so we ended up had a little bit of an argument. I cut the head off, which I regretted for a little moment, but I ended up getting some wooden blocks, gluing it back together. Then I cut the shape out on the bandsaw to get the general shape, and then I just set at it with sanders and multi-tools, and eventually got this shape of the horse's head. And I'm actually really pleased how it's turned out. First one I ever did. A bit of beginner's luck, I'm sure. The better weather.
Oh, there you go. It was made from these some blocks of wood just like that as well.
Yes, it's made from this timber.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So that's the story with the white horse. So that's his pretty much call it a night now. I've been in here for a wee while, so I've got to round this video off at some point. But so, as you can see, it's men at Mark's workshop, and I'm quite chuffed to be here, and I really appreciate him letting me do this. So it's time to start rounding this video off. So I'll just make my way out. Right. So that was really interesting. I really appreciated that. That's just back in the car now, so I've got a long drive down to London, and in Wolverhampton at the moment. So I've got a good 200 miles to go, and it's it must be what, 20 past 7. So I'm going to get down there probably near midnight or something. But it's a travel lodge, so I'll be alright. I spent a good couple of hours there with Mind at Bark. I'll put links in the description to my video to Mend at Mark's YouTube channel, and you could watch his videos as well. So yeah, it was really good. There was a lot of stuff to see. There's a lot of things to learn if you're into electronics and that. You know, it's the videos to watch. Like, I've put my amplifier in there, the hi-fi amp. It's a 1974 Vector. I've done a video on my own channel I done a video, took it apart. I took the lid off and the bottom off. If I remember, I'll put a link on the description as well to the in this video. Like, so I'm quite tired now. That's really quite an experience. I've never, you know, that's the guy's business. It's good of him to take time out like that for me. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I'm going to have to get heading. As I say, this is part of the my excursion tour from Dundee to London. So it's slightly, and on my winter holidays from the buses. Got 2 weeks off from the winter holidays. This is in March, but that's my winter holidays now. So I set off, went to Barrow and Furness. There's a video going up for that. I think that's already up. You know, maybe even, it depends on what order I put this in, like what order I make them up. I've got to make this video up. This is it, the Perton Electronics, mine at Mark, and then I go down to London and I'm going to have a look around certain schemes in London and that as well. And on the way back from London, when I go back home to Dundee, and stop off at Barrow and Furness for the night. But between London and Barrow and Furness, I'm going to stop off at Jeremy Clarkson's farm, Diddley Squat Farm. So it's on Amazon Prime if you want to know what it's about. You go to Amazon Prime and type in Clarkson's farm, and you'll get to see the Diddley Squat shop. They were on about doing a restaurant or something as well. So, but I've just been watching the series now on Amazon Prime. So mind at Mark, as I say, he's been on the TV as well. A Channel 4 programme that was filmed in Glasgow. So yeah, he's well known. I was with a famous person today. So and just literally left 5 minutes ago, and I'm going to have to get moving though because I'm quite tired. I've got a long drive ahead now. So I probably have to stop off and get my tea. Motorway or something. Right. I'll better go. Okay, right, stay tuned, see what else I put up. I hope you enjoyed that. And say a big thanks to Mark for allowing me to do the tour around his workshop and meet Mark as well. So thank you, Mark. I hope my video helps your channel and that your Mind at Mark Perton Electronics business does well. I hope my video helps. I hope it all works out for you. Thank you again. So hope my viewers have enjoyed this as well. I'll catch you later on, okay? See you later. Bye for now. Bye.